With that, I learned there was a lot of things that I could control and a lot of things that I couldn't. And that's obviously a cliche phrase, but what it really comes down to is, are we willing to do the work that is needed to get control of what we can and then make the best of it? And sometimes life, that's what happens in life. We are forced to be patient. We are given those opportunities to forge that attribute in our lives when we don't necessarily want to. This, like I said, this show is about developing the mental and healthy skills that will lead you to have a more increased, fulfilled life. And in addition to that, those of you who have gone through injury, that you can become a better person because of your injury, not despite it. Hey, welcome back to Trust the Process, everybody. Season 2. I have been looking forward to this all summer long. At the time that we're recording, this is summer of 2024. And I have just been so ready to get back to recording these episodes and sharing with you what I've been experiencing, also what my guests have experienced with their injuries. Today, I just wanted to share kind of what my experience has been the last couple of months in preparation for this show, the show's second season. And a lot of it was actually kind of frustrating, because the reason why I had to even go to a season format was because of technological difficulties that I wasn't able to resolve very quickly. It took some funding that I needed to get a hold of, and that took some time. But today I wanted to talk about those times when all we feel like we can do is sit on our hands, because that's what a lot of it felt like to me. I was hoping to start recording episodes a month and a half ago, and here I am just starting to record now. And sometimes life, that's what happens in life. We are forced to be patient. We are given those opportunities to forge that attribute in our lives when we don't necessarily want to. And some of the things that have helped me in dealing with this interim phase of my life and of the podcast was, again, honestly, just finding things that are fulfilling to me and ways that I can improve. Later on in the season, we're going to be talking about the importance of zooming out versus zooming in. For me, what this looked like was zooming in to my process of creating the episodes, of writing the content, of distributing it, marketing it, all this stuff, really just getting down to the nitty gritty of the process so that I could improve my progress, right? With that, I learned there was a lot of things that I could control and a lot of things that I couldn't. And that's obviously a cliche phrase, but what it really comes down to is, are we willing to do the work that is needed to get control of what we can and then make the best of it? So for me, I wish you could see my wall over here, but a lot of it was just planning on the side, on paper, of how I was going to improve the social media presence of the show, how I was going to improve my interviewing skills, how I was going to improve connecting with you guys even. And I'll tell you, that was probably the most fulfilling part of the last couple of months for me, was connecting with my audience. I had the privilege of connecting with maybe half a dozen of you guys from all over the world. And it was really, really cool to see how the show has been impacting you, and how I could also improve it so that it has a greater and more lasting effect on the world and on you guys. Another part that I'm less inclined to do, but is equally important, is honestly just taking some time to rest and rejuvenate and recharge. Because if we aren't doing that, then our body's going to make us, right? All of us who have been through injury know that to be the case, whether it is injury prevention or recovery from injury. In these times that things aren't going the way you want them to, and that you feel like all you can do is sit on your hands, try to learn something new. Try to pick up a new skill, a new mental skill. See if you can reframe your situation in a way that is beneficial and to you, and it serves you. That is a skill that will take you to such amazing places in your entire life, not just in music and not just in your recovery. And these these things that I am attempting to teach you guys on this show and that my guests are sharing with you are life skills. They're not just for music. And so keep on keeping on, guys. This season is going to be incredible. Incredible. The guests that we have lined up are we've only had one season, but like none we have had before. The show is going in some really amazing places, and all I ask is that you share it with those you care about, whether they be musicians or not, or educators or not. This, like I said, this show is about developing the mental and healthy skills that will lead you to have a more increased, fulfilled life. And in addition to that, those of you who have gone through injury, that you can become a better person because of your injury, not despite it. I'd love to hear where you guys are hearing from or listening to the show from, or if you have anything you would like to share with me. There's a new cool feature on each audio version of each episode where you can where you can send me a text, and that will send directly to me. And I will endeavor to answer them as best I can. But I really would just love to know how this show is impacting you, or how you've seen the skills that we teach on this show, how they are benefiting you or your students' lives or your colleagues' lives, or just new things you're learning. Share with me your story about injury. I would love to hear that. I would love to see the community that is being built around this show. So one of the ways you can do that is by sending me a text on the audio versions of the show. And keep on keeping on, guys. Injury's tough. Being a musician's tough. But the rewards of persevering through it and developing a more resilient mindset through it and enjoying it are just so amazing. And so keep on keeping on, guys, and keep trusting the process. We'll see you next time. Hey, before you go, we need your help with something real quick. Somewhere out there's a musician who is going through an injury or just a tough time. There may even be an educator with a student in that situation that they don't know how to help. We need your help in getting this message to them. Would you do them the favor of sharing this episode on your socials and with your friends? Also, cliche that it may have become, leaving a rating and a review actually does help people find us, not just boost our ego. So would you take a quick second and leave us a review so that musician can find us more easily? If you want to reach out to me personally, I would love to hear from you. Just look for the Send Us a Text Message button in the show notes of the episode. You can do that on any episode on your chosen podcast platform except YouTube. If you have a suggestion for a guest or topic to cover, shoot me an email at trustprocesspodcast@gmail.com or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I want to extend another heartfelt thanks to my team, without which this podcast would not be able to happen. Thanks to Daniel Baldwin, our audio engineer, Kevin West, our music and sound effects coordinator, and Dana Lovell, our promotional materials coordinator. So to all of you out there in podcast land, keep on keeping on and trust the process.